What's good, y'all? It's me, Tim Keys, and I'm back with another video. And today I want to talk about Reason Plus. So, if you haven't seen any of the videos currently out, I'm going to try to help guide you through this process. Reason Plus is Reason's subscription based product. I'm trying to figure out how to say it. It's their subscription based application that you get when you sign up to, either test it out for 7 days or you sign up to pay $20 a month. I myself took advantage of the promotion where they had $3 for 3 months, $1 each month. I did that. And basically, when you get started, you once you fill out all the stuff and pay for it, you download a companion and it'll give you access to sound packs. You get sound packs every week that come out from various peoples. These sound packs are essentially nothing more than refills. They also have you download all of the devices, and in this case, they have you install everything to high resolution because that's one of their new features. Everything is in 4K. They also will link you up with if you haven't started the latest version of Reason. In my case, I got Reason Suite 11.39. So those are the two that get checked off. Real quick, I'll also give you a heads up. Depending on what version of Reason you're coming from, when you upload Reason Companion and do the subscription, you might bump into some issues where it's not coming through. What you have to do, because I had to call Reason, email them, and talk to somebody, what you basically got to do is make sure you unauthorize or shut off the code meter so that it doesn't, it allows you to basically pull up the companion, and when you upload Reason, it'll recognize the subscription and it'll come through that way. If you don't do that, then what'll happen is whatever license of Reason you have, that'll be the version that comes up, and you'll know it because you won't have access to all the rack extensions. In my case, if that doesn't work, like they told me to uninstall the Code Meter app completely in order to get everything up and running. And that is exactly what I had to do to get everything up and running. The Code Meter app, for those that don't know, is basically like a little key, like their own key or their own dongle that you download. And it helps Reason to recognize your computer as carrying the license, so you don't always have to log in every time you use Reason, which that can be daunting after a while. Or if for some reason your internet shuts off, yeah, you want to have Code Meter. But if you're doing a subscription, in my case, I had to shut it off and uninstall it. Now, to the sound packs. Once you get the subscription, you get the sound packs. As I said earlier, the sound packs are refills, and some of these refills are pretty nice for what they are. These are presets that have already been kind of like curated and ready to go for Reason, basically using the rack extensions that are already in there, or in some cases, they may sample other pieces of equipment. That sample would be used in conjunction with Reason devices and effects to get your sound. Not bad. I'm gonna turn it off. Not bad. And they're all in different categories, which is cool. Now, as I said earlier, what you get is basically refills. And refills are nothing more than like expansion libraries specifically made and formatted for Reason. And oftentimes the the data is compressed so that it runs in Reason smoothly. Back in the day, if all you had was Reason, especially like 10 years ago, from from the beginning of Reason all the way up until Reason, sheesh, up until Reason 9.5, basically this was the main way you expanded your sounds. refills, and then later on rack extensions. But refills used to be the primary way to expand your sounds. So back in the day, you had third party developers that would come in and they would sample old analog gear or whatever gear they had, give you a bunch of samples, curate it, and boom. This product in particular, the Blue Mini, is a byproduct of this ARP 2600. It comes with over 500 patches. So back in the day, this was like the equivalent of getting a UVI expansion or even a Contact expansion library before Contact really, really blew up. No, don't do me like that. They are doing me like that. And that's okay. I'll give you another example. Nope, that's a rack extension. I don't want to see that. Let's see more about the developer. Jittery pokery. But yeah, these are just some of the things that they had with Reason. You know, the difference is with these products and what you get in the subscription is you may or may not necessarily have sampled hardware per se. But on the flip side, you're getting new sample libraries every week. And at the end of the day, that's what you want as a beat maker and a producer. It's all about the sound and getting you inspired so you can make your next song. Yes, a good synth can get you there, and that's helpful if you're someone who likes to program and really likes to be engaged in sound design. But a lot of times it's all about just giving you the new sounds. And so they do a good job of that with this. And what you get, it varies from people to people, developer, and who's doing what. So something to be mindful of. And there's a lot of decent stuff here, especially if you're starting out. I always want to emphasize if you're starting out. Now, when you open up the application, this is what you're going to see. It pretty much looks like Reason 11. Like, this is, for me, nothing different than from Reason 11. They have enhanced the search engine, so you can find your stuff anywhere. I'm not going to utilize that feature because it's not something that I'm going to need right out the gate. If you didn't get Reason 11, or if you haven't bought any of Reason's third-party extensive rack extensions, then when you open up the subscription, you're going to see racks like Algorithm Complex, Friction, Layers Waves, Parsec 2, the new pianos, Radical Keys, Reason Drum, Reason Bass, Scenic Hybrid, Oomph Drums, and Retro Beats. That is what you're going to have in your, when you open up this application. Those are going to be the instruments you'll see. In my case, I got PX7 because I bought it third party. Or not third party, I bought it a long time ago, and so I still got that rack, even though they've moved on to the new FM synthesizer they currently have. And I'm trying to think. There's another one I went past. Oh yeah, and this is just the VST version of Europa that comes stock. It's been there since Reason 10. So you get all of those coming out the gate. They do have the scaling features. I'm going to be honest. The scaling feature on one end, it seems handy. I don't really care for spinning fans in the back of my device. It does simulate the behavior of a rack. But that's not what I buy Reason for. Or that's not what I buy any product for. Like, I'm very rarely, and I say that sarcastically, I'm not going to ever buy any gadget so I can look at the fan spin. I think that was a waste of time and effort. But hey, I don't work for Reason Studios, so what do I know? But anyhow, this is what you'll get when you first get started. You open up the screen and, you pick your tools. and you get started. So let's see, any enhancements to the sequencer. The sequencer is just going to be pretty straightforward. For a lot of people that have used Reason for a long time, this is a point of contention. A lot of people want enhancements to the sequencer, and for granted, to be fair, they make enhancements. Like with 11, they gave you the ability to crossfade audio, like do curve crossfades on audio, but apparently they implemented it kind of not the best way. But let's see, I'll show you basically what I'm talking about. I don't know, I'm just gonna throw some in there just to give you an idea of how to work your sequencer. So what I do is I tend to work in brackets, and I'm gonna slow it down. I got my loop points already set, making a 4-bar loop. Got this on so that it doesn't go past the marker. It'll go back. I got my count in. I got my pre-count. Tap tempo. Keep it at a decent level. Click it. All right, so now I'm going to, turn the volume up on that. Hit this. So I got my first riff laid down. I'm gonna turn my click off. I'm gonna leave that there. And since I'm using this, I'm going to adjust the sound. The nice thing about this is that it is a combination of a modeled and sample-based instrument. So it's going to give you a level of customization that you would not otherwise have if you were using a traditional sample-based library of rows. Now what I'm going to do, I kind of like that. I'm going to hit Control D while it's selected, and I'm going to duplicate that. Then I'm going to hit Control L. So now I'll be in this next piece right here. Stretch my stuff out. I'm doing my count in. I'm going to add another instrument. Using the friction. Friction's been out for about a year. And it's a nice little, a very nice string-based synth, which is cool for making all sorts of, I don't like that. Gotta move here. I'm not gonna use that one. I'm gonna use expand. If you know anything about expand, expand is your friend. And let's see. So yep, I'm gonna use that. Hopefully I can remember that composition. Hit my click in. Somebody's gonna be like, you work too slow. See, you should have just typed it in and did it like this. I could have, but I didn't. Thank you though. All right, so there's that. I'm gonna add my drums. And if you watch any of my other videos, I talk about the importance of Reason's drums. Or not Reason's drums. I talk about the importance of having good drums. And for this video, I'm not going to do anything special. I just want to show you how to get started. That's a lie. April Fools. I will tell you, like, if you're not used to using Reason, the screen can overwhelm you. I'll probably break that down real quick before I get the heck up off of here. Yep. I don't know what kit they using. It sounds like an old Timberland kit from. Yep. And we're gonna do it anyway. Got that clap in, and that clap sounded terrible. So what I'm gonna do, double click on my riff. Also, I'm in a screen, I'm gonna hit F7 because I don't want the rack showing all the time. Moving my bar out. We heard that clap. We don't want that clap. I'm gonna take that out. We just want the bass. That's how you edit. All right, so there's that. Real quick, F7, when you start out your Reason screen like we just did, you get a convolution. You get the sequencer, you get the racks, you get the search engine all in one, and that can be overwhelming. You hit F6, it'll just show you your racks. And so this is helpful if you just want to sound design and look at your instruments. You hit F7, it'll go into the sequencer, and so now the screen is just for the sequencer. I'm clicking on this bottom bracket tool here in order to make things bigger or make them smaller. You hit F5, it gives you access to the mixer. Yes, you do have to scroll up and down. So there's that. F8 will give you a tool window option where you can do anything in this tool window, from adjusting the semitones of your audio or MIDI. You can randomize your audio, not your audio, you can randomize your MIDI. You can even adjust the timing to double time it or half time it. You can do that with both audio and MIDI, which is pretty neat, as well as alter notes and reverse stuff. Something else that's kind of not widely discussed or demonstrated, but it's there for you to do, and you can come up with some cool stuff. I'm not going to do that for the sake of timing, but it's there for you. You can see it. I might do another video. All right, I'm just going to put a bass line in Subtractor, analog synth. Yep, it's analog synth, but it can make a decent bass note. And for the sake of this video, I'm just going to put one down real quick. Oh, we'll figure it out. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then you just go from there and make your song. You can solo the parts, solo, mute. You can adjust stuff as you like. That's pretty much it. I'm not going to do a whole how to make this type of track, as you can hear. And I have the raggediest sounding drums. I ain't gonna say they're raggedy, but yeah, this is the most generic sounding beat ever. But yeah, it's fairly straightforward, especially if you got like MIDI controllers. MIDI controllers are awesome because they will help you crank out ideas fairly quick. So that's all I got. I don't really need to quantize anything because the timing's alright. But thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Shout out to the subscribers and growing the channel. If you want to see anything different, then let me know. Unless you're like, yeah, bro, you need to stop making stuff. We want to see you cancel your channel. We want to see you get off YouTube. That's probably not going to happen. But if you want to see me try to tackle anything, you got questions on a product, I'll try to do my best to answer it. I'm not an expert at all by any means, but you know, if I could do something to help people get started, I'm more than glad to do that and answer questions. Or if you want to see a video on and I can pull it off and do it, I'm more than happy to do it. So yeah, this is basically a demonstration of how to use Reason. It's not as complicated as the reputation of it would seem to be. I will say, no, dude, I'll save it for another video. But basically, the problem with Reason, for those folks who are on edge, Reason always tends to leave a lot desired when it comes to its updates and its update history. And usually you have to, I say with something like Reason, buy smart. Like I buy it when it comes on sale, or I buy certain stuff if I can get it at a reduced price, because Reason has the people who run Reason have a tendency, at least historically speaking, to not listen to its audience. Like VST support came out in 2017. People have been asking for VST support since 2009. Actually, 2007. But if they'd came out with it back in 2010, that would have made sense. They waited and they pushed the envelope. But yeah, blah blah blah, yakety smackety, shish boom bah, rah rah rah, hey. So yeah, but other than that, it's a powerful product. It's decent. You can make whatever type of music you want to make. It all boils down to imagination. But there are some features like VST3 support within the DAW itself that are to be desired in the product. But, to try it out for 7 days, or if you can get it cheap on a reduced rate, I would say get it. If you're just looking for VSTs, I would say save your money and get something else. They have good stuff, but there are other companies that also do what they do. All right, blah, blah, blah. Anyhow, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. And if you like it, thumbs up. If you don't like it, thumbs down. Either way, deuces, holler, peace.